The question, though, and you have a good point, is his durability. Because, DDP is an indestructible Australian fucking tank. He's a big dude and he can take a lot of punishment. Ken Strickland. So we'll find out. I think he can, and I think it makes for a great fight. I just think Strickland's game plan and what the questions that need to be answered are those first 3 rounds. Can he withstand the onslaught of Khamzat? If he can, round 4 and 5 can get tricky for Khamzat. That's where Strickland really thrives, and what's that look like if we do get there? And that's why I hang my hat on, where I'm like, I think he has a better chance to beat him than DDP did. That's it. Could be totally wrong. Could be totally off. I'm telling you, Khamzat's the most impressive fight I've ever seen in training. What he did to these D1 and world champions is fucking mind-blowing. And he might go in there and fucking mollywop Strickland the first round. Would not be surprised with either.
But I think Chimaev's just going to be too big, too strong. But I think Strickland will do better than DDP. I do. I think styles make fights. I think just because he beat him there, that's something that could happen. But yeah, I certainly think that that this is a fight that Chimaev will win. And I don't think I'm saying anything crazy here. And that's the way I'm going in this fight. So I guess I should say, I think most people are going to be picking Chimaev here. So if you are picking Strickland, tell me how you think he's going to win.
It's very weird. Right? It fucks you up, and he's really good at moving back away from
he's
shots and
out while the hands are in your face.
Yeah,
too.
It's weird.
He also throws like looping shots on purpose sometimes. Like you would think it's bad technique, but he's like finding a way around your guard.
Yeah,
and he's catching you with weird stuff. And his fucking jab is on point. That fluffy fight.
Were you at was you calling that one?
No,
I was there for that. And you could hear it.
The matchup between Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland is one of those rare fights where opinions are completely divided. Some analysts believe the wrestling advantage makes it straightforward, while others argue that Strickland can turn it into a completely different kind of fight. The uncertainty is exactly what makes this matchup so compelling, with experts across the MMA world offering very different predictions on how—
Sean Strickland, not at the White House card, but he's got a title fight against Khamzat Chimaev. How does that thing play out?
I think Khamzat wins by dominant takedowns. Khamzat tries to stand with Strickland. I think Strickland picks him apart on his feet, but I don't think it's going to be like that. Everybody watched his last match, the way Khamzat wrestled or fought. He wrestled really, really well. He's aggressive, I want to say world champion, but Olympic champion style of wrestling, where it's just like Khabib, just on you like a wet paper bag, or just on you, on top of you nonstop, where you can't get away from him. And this kind of goes back to when I fought Randy Couture. It felt like I had an oak table on top of me and I could not get away at all. And that's how Khabib fights. That's how Chimaev fights. And that's just aggression. That's how I used to fight. Be the same thing. Guys could not get away from me. And once I dragged him to the ground, I was like, I was done.
How it might play out. When discussing how Strickland can compete, Brendan Schaub acknowledged the concerns many people have. After what Chimaev did against Dricus du Plessis, there is a real fear that the same relentless pressure could happen again, possibly even more aggressively. However, Schaub also pointed out that Strickland's ground game is often underestimated. More importantly, he has a strong ability to get back to his feet, which could be crucial. He also believes Chimaev has heard the criticism about not always finishing fights and will come into this one looking to prove a point. Schaub further explained that over 5 rounds, Strickland's toughness and mindset could become a major factor. He is notoriously difficult to finish and is very comfortable in long, grinding fights, often showing better cardio than his opponents. Still, durability remains a key concern. While fighters like du Plessis have proven they can absorb damage, the question is whether Strickland can handle that same level of punishment if Chimaev starts strong. According to this view, the later rounds could be where things shift, as Strickland tends to get stronger while others slow down, potentially making rounds 4 and 5 the turning point. From another perspective, James Lynch leans toward a Chimaev victory, but not in the way most fans expect. Rather than predicting a quick finish or submission, he sees the fight going the distance. He points out that Chimaev was unable to submit Du Plessis, which makes it less certain that he could do so against someone as defensively sound as Strickland. Instead, he believes a decision win is more likely, especially given Strickland's ability to defend takedowns and survive difficult positions. Lynch also adds important context when it comes to Strickland's past losses. One came from a rare spinning heel kick, and the other was against Alex Pereira, a fighter known for knocking out almost everyone he faces. He does not place Chimaev in that same category in terms of pure knockout power. He also notes that Strickland made poor strategic decisions in the Pereira fight by choosing to strike with a far more dangerous opponent. Because of that, while a knockout remains possible, it is not seen as the most likely outcome in this matchup. Tim Welch offers another interesting take, describing Strickland as almost a black belt when it comes to getting back to his feet, especially when using the cage. He highlights Strickland's size as a factor, suggesting he will be bigger than many expect on fight night and prepared for a full 5-round battle. Welch also explains that Strickland's team trained specifically for fighters like Chimaev by rotating fresh wrestlers to simulate constant pressure, reinforcing the idea that Strickland will not be easy to control. Despite all of this, some still lean toward Chimaev simply because of how dominant he has looked. There is a sense that he is one of those fighters who is very difficult to imagine losing at this stage of his career. Even though Strickland's upset win over Israel Adesanya proved he can shock the world, not everyone is convinced.
He literally is a black belt at getting up, especially when there's a cage there, there's a wall there for him to get up on, and he's not a small guy. He's going to go in there probably 200 and probably close to 210. He's going to go in there with some big size, ready for 5 rounds. And you know those guys, you know Coach Eric Nixick, I remember asking him in the past, like, how do you even prepare for someone like Khamzat? They said just getting fresh guys, fresh big wrestlers, and just having them shoot on him multiple times, over and over and over and over. Again, when you're training that hard, then because you see Strickland when he's at a fight camp, he's looking 215, 220. So you're training that hard on depleted calories. Hopefully he gets to the fight healthy, but God damn it. It's going to be good. Man, it really is.
That press conference is going to be crazy. That stare down in the cage is going to be crazy too.
Lightning will strike twice. Strickland's fighting style also adds another layer of complexity. It may not always look clean, but it is effective. He leans back from strikes, keeps constant pressure with his jab, and throws punches from awkward angles that are difficult to read. Even when opponents block, they still feel the impact. This style can disrupt rhythm and make it difficult for fighters like Chimaev to settle in. Into their usual game plan early. However, as Joe Rogan points out, that style carries risk. Strickland can look solid for long stretches, but a single mistake at the highest level can change everything instantly. Against a dangerous opponent, even one small opening can be enough to swing the entire fight. Michael Bisping views the matchup as particularly dangerous for Strickland in the early rounds. Chimaev is known for starting fast, pushing the pace, and looking to secure takedowns immediately. If he establishes control early, the fight could quickly become one-sided. That said, Strickland's constant move and refusal to accept bad positions give him a chance to survive even if he loses those early exchanges. At its core, this fight comes down to pressure and control. Chimaev will look to impose his wrestling and dictate the pace from the beginning. The key question is whether Strickland can prevent that control from settling in. If he can consistently get back to his feet and extend the fight into later rounds, the dynamic could shift dramatically. But if Chimaev dominates early and maintains control, it could become a very difficult night for Strickland. That is why opinions are so split. This is not a simple matchup, and it may only take one moment to decide everything. The matchup between Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland is one of those rare fights where opinions are completely divided. Some analysts believe the wrestling advantage makes it straightforward, while others argue that Strickland can turn it into a completely different kind of fight. The uncertainty is exactly what makes suggesting he will be bigger than many expect on fight night and prepared for a full 5-round battle. Welch also explains that Strickland's team trained specifically for fighters like Chimaev by rotating fresh wrestlers to simulate constant pressure, reinforcing the idea that Strickland will not be easy to control. Despite all of this, some still lean toward Chimaev simply because of how dominant he has looked. There is a sense that he is one of those fighters who is very difficult to imagine losing at this stage of his career. Even though Strickland's upset win over Israel Adesanya Chimaev will look to impose his wrestling and dictate the pace from the beginning. The key question is whether Strickland can prevent that control from settling in. If he can consistently get back to his feet and extend the fight into later rounds, the dynamic could shift dramatically. But if Chimaev dominates early and maintains control, it could become a very difficult night for Strickland. That is why opinions are so split. This is not a simple matchup, and it may only take one moment to decide everything.